So we've all seen this specific clip from Assassin's Creed Mirage's gameplay walkthrough and trailer circulate around the internet quite a few times, and it's safe to say that there's a lot of discourse whether or not it is a good ability for the game or not. Now, we first saw this assassin focus ability in action during the trailer, and a lot of us sort of tried to persuade ourselves that this was just a trailer thing trying to show off just how good of an assassin Basim is. I was one of those, and honestly, I wish it was true. Now, going more in depth with the ability resembling a sort of teleportation technique, it enables the player to choose multiple targets and eliminate them remotely, creating a multi-kill effect. And yes, I read that word from Ubisoft. Now, a bunch of people over on the AC Reddit are scrambling to try and come up with some kind of in-game lore reason as to why Basim can perform this ability, with multiple users trying to boil it down to ISU Law. It's pretty confirmed that ISU inheritors with high percentage of DNA are a bit faster and stronger than most, like a natural born Captain America, one Reddit user says, and I guess that makes sense. I just wish it didn't. Now, as most of you know, and spoiler alert for Valhalla's storyline, but Basim is the reincarnation of the ISU god Loki, and it is as confusing as it sounds. But to boil it down real quick about the ISU gods, any religious beings you can think of, whether Greek, Roman, Christian, although not confirmed, Egyptian, Norse, and a few others, are actually ISU beings that created the humans and the pieces of Eden and then completely destroyed our world, and throughout most of the games they have been the antagonist, especially Juno. What I'm trying to say is that the assassin focus ability could be related to Basim having some kind of ISU power within him. Another user suggests that the ability could be animus related, but this one would be a lot worse within the story, especially considering that we are Basim reliving his own memories, and they've already confirmed that the modern day isn't really going to be playable. We may get a cutscene at the beginning or at the end, but the modern day isn't part of it, which I am really disappointed about. Now, the original poster raises a specific concern about focus, stating that their issue is not related to the explanation or feasibility of Basim using it, but rather how it facilitates a cheesing out of assassination routes by simply relying on an ability provided by the game itself, which discourages strategic planning for assassinations. Considering that Mirage aims to bring back a stealth-focused combat reminiscent of earlier Creed titles, it is pretty understandable that some fans of Assassin's Creed might not be entirely pleased with a tool that has the potential to circumvent the challenges inherent within the gameplay, and I have to agree. When this ability was first showcased in the Assassin's Creed Mirage trailer, many of us believed that it would be an ability that was very similar to the fear takedowns we saw in Arkham Knight. Now, if we go into some gameplay from Arkham Knight, in the corner you can spot this, when this takedown ability will be available to the player and how many people you can use it on, which is very similar to Mirage's ability. You then, after finding a stealthy approach to a couple of unsuspecting enemies, toggle this ability, and with some pretty cool combat animations you take them down, all on screen, and all whilst making the player feel like Batman. And this is something that definitely should have been done with Mirage's ability. I think people's main concern though for the ability is that it doesn't really fit well with the whole return to roots thing that Ubisoft has been pushing so hard for the game. And yes, before you comment, I know the older titles have had pieces of Eden that allow the protagonist or antagonist to control minds or stay alive and other things, but those aren't core aspects of gameplay within those titles. They're items that aren't used by the player, but the characters do have them for story purposes, and that makes a lot of sense to me. This assassin focus actually showing Basim teleport doesn't, and I know it'll probably be explained by the animus not being fast enough to process how quickly Basim's movements are, but I think it would be 100% better if they just added in animations that show off Basim's ability just like Arkham Knight, but I fear it's too late to do that. I mean, there is also the possibility that you don't actually have to use it at all throughout the game, so there's always that. Now, in the comment section down below, I want you to let me know what you think about this new assassin focus ability. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you wish it was implemented differently or anything else? Let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be greatly appreciated, and if you want more AC Mirage videos, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.